Autumn didn't like thinking about her sister. It was something that she and Ryan had in common, but Ryan had always hated his sister. They had always been enemies. It was kind of terrifying to imagine the sort of person that could earn Ryan's permanent hatred. She'd seen people treat him like absolute dirt, and he'd just smile and keep on keeping on. Case in point, well, she supposed it wasn't good to think ill of the dead. She stewed as she sat. Ryan was next to her in bed, but he hadn't minded that she'd kept the lights on to try to read. He had bought some trashy romance novel while they were on the beach, thinking she'd like it. God, what did she do to deserve him? She had finished the book an hour ago, but she kept it open, flipping through the pages as she thought. She didn't know why her thoughts had been dragged back to Lucy, but they had been. It just goes to show what a crappy week she'd been having. She only ever thought of Lucy when she was really in a mood about something. Like with Ryan, he only ever brought up Angel when he felt he wasn't doing good enough, which was crazy. He was pretty much always doing good enough for the both of them. And if she ever met the girl that made him think like otherwise, well, Angel best hope Autumn never got back to Earth. Maybe she was thinking about it because of her hair. Most of it was blacked to blonde now, only the ends were pink after she cut it off. She hated it when her hair got down to her shoulder blades. She and Lucy looked almost identical, only Lucy had been taller with different eyes. Autumn hated how something as simple as hair could remind her of her. That's why she kept it dyed. Autumn closed her eyes and reached out, feeling Ryan's love for her and her own for him with her powers. She let the feeling calm her. Love was warm, like hot apple cider during a snowstorm. She knew that now. She hoped they both did. Autumn thought back to the conversation they'd all had before the Kingmakers had split off again about Foxbury, how betrayed some of them felt and looked at the idea of Foxbury and this sanctuary program. Autumn hadn't felt anything like that. She'd pretty much figured that was the case, or at least something like that. The offer had been too serendipitous, too good to be true. And Autumn knew better than to blindly put her trust in anyone. Lucy had taught her that. She sighed and blew at the candlelight, laying down flat. She knew why she was thinking about Lucy, because it was either Lucy or bile rised in her throat as the echoes of laughter rang in her ears. She turned over and went to bed. No more thinking. At least not for tonight.
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and these are my players.
My name is Cassidy, and I'll be playing Alice Klein, who is the Rift of Wenshang Wang.
Tele, and I'm playing Adalaie, the Rift of Nemesis.
I'm Sonya, and I will be playing Ella, the Rift of Athena.
Juno, and I'm playing Jane, the Rift of Hera.
I'm Siren, I'll be playing Aron Frankel, whose Rift is King David.
And in the beginning, I had you tell you guys what your rifts were and what they represented. So I'm going to have Alice do that real quick for our viewers' sake, so you don't have to look up who Huang Wan is.
Okay. So he is a Chinese god of knowledge, knowledge, scholars, and language and flourishing literature. And it's actually really pretty because in Chinese characters, his name, so the characters in his name mean the god of flourishing culture and literature, which is really pretty. I like it. Is that all you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
most of our riffs have been easily recognizable to like Western culture, so yeah. Figured I'd have you define it. Save people the Google search. Other than that, last time on Kingmakers, the Kingmakers might be being followed by the detectives, Shari and Kaylin. Cade's revealed that Alec was a fae in disguise to the group, and Alec and Alice have conversations about their growing suspicions about this party and why they felt so panicked that a detective was following them. But we'll pick back up in the morning when you all are meeting back up again.
So where do you want to head to next? Like, what's on the priority?
Do you guys have more missions in the city, or?
Not that I remember, but then again, you can't really trust my mind.
Do we get to like show you
Well,
around?
I mean, don't we have to look for that one dude?
We couldn't
than
find
Eos?
Eos. Oh,
Not Eos, the other one. The one that kind of been mentioned a lot.
you mean the fae that I was looking for?
Yeah, that one.
Delta?
Yeah.
So you guys
I
are
mean, but
looking
that's
for
like an
another
ongoing
person?
thing. Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, we're looking for another person.
I mean, we do have people we're supposed to choose.
Oh yeah, you guys is
And we
actual
promised,
Are you
yeah,
looking for?
and we promised Mouse that we'd choose a fae.
A free fae.
Yeah,
Delta, right?
that's my choice. Maybe.
We know that
Wait,
I don't
but
know.
isn't like this a
I'd be
big
very-
deal?
Yeah.
Doesn't the weight
I mean,
of
he's
the
a
world...
possible candidate.
Okay, that's better than he's my choice.
I said possibly there.
Yeah.
I
mean,
feel
we're
like
not
it's
gonna
like a
We're not
bad
gonna choose
decision.
Silvis.
I was going to say you need to watch your words because it can be very easily.
I know, it's...
You're not exactly going to find a fae walking around on the street, Alec.
Well, I doubt that. I mean,
There are fae
Most of them
walking
have
around
been.
on the streets.
They're familiars, but
As far as
Yeah,
I'm aware.
well, of course, the familiars, but that's different than fae, right?
well, yes, free fae. The difference is sort of implied.
Yeah.
And
Alex doesn't
Very
have a red chain. Alex doesn't have a red string around his neck, does he?
nope. He looks for very human. Like, you wouldn't have known if Kate hadn't told you.
Interesting.
I wonder. We don't get to find very many free fae. We found quite a. We've met a few.
we've met 3.
Three free. That's hard. That's a hard.
That's a
sentence
tongue
to
twister.
say.
Yes.
Three free fae.
fae.
Yes.
Three free fae. I thought there were only 2.
No, there are more than that.
So
I've
they
only heard
say...
stories.
What are the
Two.
3? Who are the 3? We've met Silvis.
Yeah.
Well, we know.
Silvis.
Well, we know of.
Estrella was
We
a
know
fae.
Catalina and Estrella.
Strana's dead.
Wait, no, you did not
Hopefully.
say that. You did not say that.
Oh no, she said it. Catalina. That's not a name I've heard.
She's no longer with us.
She unfortunately passed.
Is my bullshit detector going off?
Oh, absolutely. Not only when Adalaie mentioned her name did the panic meter rise in the whole group.
Jane, you could feel the emotions of a mental facepalm like so hard.
Like that Aaron's like when he didn't know she died, Aaron's like is like wait what? Wait a second.
Didn't y'all say that Catalina died? I mean, I was there for the burial.
Am I missing something?
Did she come back as a zombie? Is that what they do?
Are you talking as Tele or as Adalaie right now? Like this
This is
a-
Adalaie.
Out
A
loud.
lot of times she died.
Adalaie is pulling the confused old lady card.
Giving
Jane
you
is
guys
like-
the chance to change the narrative, should you so like.
I want to die right now as a player. How can you be that? Probably pretty high.
Well, it's a good thing that you've met a couple of Rife then.
Yeah, unfortunately, all of them tried to kill us.
Yeah.
No,
Out of curiosity, is that one also a lie? Does Catalina
that-
from the back get a little offended?
You can't sense who's you've been introduced to as Catherine's emotions very well. In the same
that
way,
is
you
true.
can't read Cade's and Alex's emotions.
Okay.
Again, you put a little bit of 2 and 2 together on that front because you're used to it. You have a pretty obvious example of comparison.
Would Jane be able to conceal her emotions at all because of having practice with, like emotion type of magic?
Jane's would maybe be a little less obvious, but that's not really how empathy works.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Your power, Jane, was active. You had to turn it on.
She's just an empath, so like naturally.
That's more passive for Alice.
Can I
I could've
actively
sworn
try
Catalina
to? Can I
died.
actively try to mute my own emotions?
You could actively try, but it would be obvious that you were trying to do so.
It would let her.
It would raise more alarms. It would be like, why are you suddenly trying to hide your? Oh, did you figure it out? It would be like a big flaring fly that you know that she can sense emotions.
Adalaie's gonna go through the list. Yeah, you guys told me that she died up in like in Drathis.
No, you're in
Adalaie, are you
Andromeda right
heading
now.
over here?
I must be having one of my things. I'm sorry.
Old lady moment.
Are you
Adalaie,
feeling okay?
maybe we should take a seat. For a
I
moment.
am sitting!
You might take an extra seat.
What, is she standing? Can she?
She
just
is sitting!
That would be funny if she was
Are you
standing.
sure? I double check.
Double check.
Just curiosity, do you have episodes often?
Yeah?
Wait.
Do you think this is a symptom of a neurodegenerative disease?
I'm pretty sure it's dementia.
Okay,
You offer to
give
be
me,
allowed
like-
with your no. No. Alec like smacks you. Don't offer. No. Bad. Alice.
Are you gonna
if
try
you
to
give
heal
me like 2 days to like fully rest up,
What are
No.
you doing?
I could probably heal that. I can heal that.
No.
Honey,
It's a big deal. It'll be harder to do the longer we wait.
I would honestly rather lose my mind after this. Send me off to an old person's home. I've been needing to go there for a long time.
We've been through a lot, but that's kind of. Are you sure about that, Adalaie?
I would rather be in an old person's home right now.
honestly?
I mean, rather than this fuck
You
up,
don't
I would rather be
want
there.
me to try and get rid of the dementia?
I'd rather not. I've lived my life. This is just a natural process.
Okay.
She's very, very stubborn. We've.
Yeah.
But you would still be aging.
You should not be encouraging Alice to be a martyr and sacrifice bits and pieces of herself for something that right now seems kind of minor. No offense.
Yeah.
It's like stage
but
1,
it's-
stage 2.
It's very.
Alice
It's not
would be,
that
like,
important.
Cutting off her
It's
word.
not worth a piece of your flesh.
Alice,
It really is.
I get why you did the healing thing last 2 days ago.
Alice, you get the luxury of keeping your mind as you age. If you age at all. I do not get that, and I'd rather keep that gift.
I don't age, unfortunately.
Exactly. I'd rather forget most of the things I've done. Like, for example, I set multiple fires in Italy before. That is not something I'm proud of.
When did you light fires in Italy? Where in Italy did you light these fires?
Adalaie, master of changing the subject since forever.
During my time there? Like,
That's very specific. Thank you.
when I was 13.
That would have been. How old are you now?
65, 63.
65 or 63?
I don't know!
Go
I
with
just sort of
64.
stopped
Okay.
counting! I stopped counting after my partner died, okay? We just stopped celebrating.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I can probably pull out my birth certificate and my wallet. That'll help.
19. You were not in 1970s. You lit fires in Italy in the 70s.
Yeah? To be fair, they were mop houses.
Okay, just narrating out Cassidy's face, looking increasingly more concerned.
Okay,
Like,
but you do realize that fires, especially in Italy in the 70s. No, never mind. Never
You want
mind.
to continue with that?
I'll leave it alone.
I mean, you knew I was in France by 14. I've told you that story.
Yep, I'll leave it alone.
How do you think I got there away from the mob?
Lighting fires, apparently.
Yes.
James just sighed and started.
Like I said, there are many things I would rather forget with my dementia.
Alice is struggling to hold her tongue right now. She's like, these are not.
Anyway, Alex steps in. What are we planning for today?
I don't know. What do you have planned for us?
Well, takes out a pamphlet.
Pamphlet folds down and down.
Yeah, just
Leans
What do
back
you like-
over the pamphlet. They'll need to see that one and that one.
yeah. This is
At the
Alice's
very
and
least.
I's rough draft of the top 1,000 things to do in Skysim.
I really enjoyed my time here.
It has another side. He flips it over. So yeah.
What's your best pick?
Well, that would be the top 10, obviously.
Yes.
Those are the top 10 things to
Yeah,
do.
that's how that typically works.
Would you care to list them for us?
Any of
Well-
the top 10 include the palace stuff and no-go.
No, because getting permission to go there is like... We didn't write this considering you guys. You guys could probably go there if you wanted. But like, for regular,
no.
getting permission to go there is kind of like a pain in the ass.
I'm just saying, I was writing this for me.
Yeah, the palace is on the list somewhere. It's not in the top 10 though.
I don't think I've been there yet.
But it's on your to-do
Pretty
list,
sure
which
I'm
is the other
avoiding
side. The other side, the to-do list.
I know. I'm trying to keep my head down for as long as possible.
Anyway.
No, fit your bright shoes. Okay.
Top 10 sites.
I said head down.
Yes, those ones
Well, we already had like a beach day, so obviously our beach is our best thing. It can't be helped. It's just the best
Wow,
thing.
it's so pretty.
It's just the best. You can't do anything about it.
Any nice hole in the walls?
Plenty. But
Are we gonna do anything on the shadier side of town? Should I leave my stuff at home?
I mean, I don't think we put any of the shadier things in the top 10 unless you count 10.1, which what we put as the black market.
Yes, I count 10.1.
Okay, then
Can we
maybe
go
not.
to 10.1?
If we want to do 10.1, well, I guess we could go.
Not first. Not first.
No, probably not first.
Because we want to do the other stuff where you have your money with you, and then leave your money at home, and then we can go to 10.1.
Yeah, we'll plan a day around 10.1, where we'll just store our stuff somewhere safe. Bring only money you want to spend, you plan on spending to 10.1.
And then don't be disappointed if you don't get to spend it.
Yes.
I just want to look.
If it's suddenly... You don't want to window shop in 10.1. It's not a place to window shop. You need to at least act like you're going to buy something.
Well, duh.
Have one thing in your brain that you need to walk away with.
Even if it's just like
pencil.
a commemorative keychain.
A book. I go for the books every time.
Books are so
There's that
great.
one bookseller that could probably make more money not selling in the black market, but she cares so much. It's
Black
honestly
market
endearing.
has some great little pop-up stores. So
I'm pretty sure it's because those books are banned, aren't they?
Oh, definitely. Half of them are like down with the court memorandums.
Are they just like pretty
I read
open
that
talking
one?
about the black market is kind of just... Oh yeah, also that.
I mean, it's kind of like a big feature of the city. Everyone knows about it. The gods don't even actively pursue it anymore. Only if they start making waves. We could stand from the rooftops and... I mean, we'd get like a slap on the wrist for show, but like... That would probably just be like a feather fine.
No, noticing recent events, they understand why the charity's so... Just finding random shit.
I mean, they've never really cracked down on the black market. It's one of their major moneymakers.
And they still tax the ins and outs of people.
Yeah. And I mean, you have to imagine they have some fun taking contraband, right?
Yeah, some of that stuff is interesting.
Yeah, like the guards get some of the better ends of the deal.
Well, not to mention that almost every guard in the city takes bribes from the black market.
Oh, yes.
No matter
definitely.
how quality of a guard you are.
You're taking
can't be
bribes
like-
from the black market.
Have
Yeah,
you tried
it's
dressing up as a
It's
guard
practically your salary.
Yeah.
Have you tried dressing up as a guard before and doing that?
I mean,
No.
I don't have to. I work for the Blade Master. I get bribes anyway. Working for a government official.
You're no fun to shop with in the black market.
I'm plenty of fun to shop with in the black market. They know my
So do we
face.
want to focus on like a certain part of the culture here, or do we want to hit the places? Like, are you guys into fashion or music or?
I know Jane would definitely love to see some of the fashion here. She's obsessed with that stuff.
Oh, that's
Ain't
cool
she
that you
like
have
a
interest.
fashion major?
Yes, she's a fashion major.
Psychology major, fashion minor.
Yeah, fashion minor, psychology major.
But I probably have more experience with fashion than psychology, if I'm being completely transparent.
What would probably be the top of our list in place-wise?
In Anthrathis, probably, well, the beach is number 1, and the public city gardens are probably number 2. Which is like basically one of the central districts of the city has flat-topped houses, and anyone who lives there grows vegetables on top of their houses. And sells them at market, and it just made the whole district look really pretty with like grown over vines and stuff, so it's sort of become a bit of a tourist attraction.
Jim's farm is a tourist attraction of the entire city.
Because it's just this whole district that is covered in greenery.
Larry's flowers have helped the economy.
And then there's the Sage Masters. The current Sage Master kind of likes to show off a little, so all of
Sage Masters, everything.
basically anything with a Mages Guild little stamp on it is like guaranteed to be a good time. The current Sage Master is Ismail Bracco. And he hosts a series of restaurants, which is definitely on the list, but for later in the week. It's the big finish because good food and dinner and a show, really. But a lot of they have other Mages Guild attractions, and some of the bigger hits are their exhibitions, where they have just talented mages from the Mages Guild show off in the festival style.
Do we know of any exhibitions that are happening?
Oh yeah, they happen all the time, because they are also a major moneymaker. They draw in crowds.
So, if I had a recommendation of how we spend the day, I say we go and find an exhibition from the Mage Masters Guild, and then we can go to the gardens, and we can buy some fresh food, and we can just find somewhere to sit and picnic. And then maybe find another
beachside picnic.
Oh,
Those are classic.
That sounds great.
To find an exhibition we go. What exhibitions are happening this morning?
Right now, there is an exhibition. There's a flying exhibition, so air magic.
Ooh.
Where they are using the exhibitions on show right now are some variations of regular flying magic, but there's also some things you can participate in. Like there are flying shows that you can watch where the mages just fly around and do dances in the air, which is kind of pretty. And then there's some others where there are planned flight routes for people who want to, and they'll cast a fly spell on you and you'll go a route around the city.
Yes, to both of those.
So you watch one of the dancing shows and it's quite lovely, and then you get a fly route around
Adalaie does not seem impressed.
People dancing in midair.
Emma thinking about the wings she has and how jealous she is that they can actually fly.
Adalaie's going to turn into a chimera.
In the middle of the street? Fantastic.
Yes. But it's not Chim Chim. She's going to turn her arms into wings. And the rest of her is going to be human.
Lovely. A heartbeat there.
Fantastic. Give me a second.
Okay.
No. Better. The crowd around you screams as you use this blatant show of terrifying magic that they have never seen before and is clearly not part of the exhibition.
Just turning my arms into wings?
Mhm.
That's not terrifying.
Are you sure? Because there's only one type of people that they know of that can shapeshift here, and that's Fae.
God damn it.
Alice just steps back with the crowd.
Alec, in the background, does a full face palm and steps back with you.
Adalaie's face palming too, now that she realizes it.
Yeah, and the guard,
Feathers in the face.
The mages suddenly stop, and all of them are like drawing wands, and there are guards at the exposition because this is like well-guarded, protected place, drawing swords.
I'm a kingmaker, damn it.
Alice is gonna lean to Alec and be like, should I say something?
I mean, probably.
Okay. Alice will like kind of limp forward and like go to the most important looking guard and then like be like, they are kingmakers. She's just an idiot and probably has dementia.
The guard will look at it, and the crowd is still sort of eking back because there's a lot of public discord in the city right now. I wonder why.
My recommendation would be to calmly escort this woman out and ask her any questions you want. And I will even encourage her to go with you.
The guard will nod. This guard is actually one that you recognize because Alec would have introduced you to her before. Her name is Zalora, and she's not only the most important guard in the area, and she's one of the most important guards, full stop. You don't know why she was in the area. She's the second in command of the Knights Guild. And the guard which makes it the guard. So, pretty important. And she had her hand on her sword, but she's the only knight that hadn't drawn it. Okay. Thank you for the advice, Alice. It's always good to see you. Is Alec around here somewhere? Where's his short
he's
ass?
hiding
Is
in
he
the-
hiding in the crowd?
He's hiding in the crowd, like a wuss.
Okay.
Adalaie turns her arms back and just sort of
Miss,
pinches
if
the
you
bridge of her nose.
wouldn't mind following me this way.
Adalaie's gonna look up.
And
over.
she will look up to the crowd. Back to your business. Nothing to see here.
Adalaie, please comply. This is a this is Zalora,
Mhm.
one of the most esteemed members of the guard.
Oh,
Let's just go
Real
somewhere
glowing
and have
review.
a conversation.
real growing review there. Attic!
You are, and you are.
You
not
get to come
respected.
with! Don't think I don't know you're here. If Alice is here, you're here. He slinks out of the crowd. Yeah, uh-huh. Were you trying to hide from me? Maybe. Okay.
I've done this other places before. I don't know why y'all are still. so
The
scared
city is
about it.
rather tense right now. Let's go and have a conversation about this.
Okay.
And Laura will wave her hands, and the guards
Let's
that
lead
are in
them
the
away.
crowd will sort of slink back to their posts, which are quite cleverly hidden, so they're not in direct view of the crowd at any point in time. Like, it's hard to see.
Do I
where the guards
recognize
are
any
from this
others?
photo. Yeah, like a couple. I mean, Alec has pretty close ties with all of the knights, so he's probably made a point to introduce you to the ones he likes and the ones he hates. The ones he hates,
Oh.
especially.
I'll wave hi to him.
It's just.
As we're walking, Alice is gonna like snag probably Kai and Ryan and explain to them like where the kids can get the flight path is, and how to find your way back there, because the conversation might take a while and they might just want to take the kids to go have fun.
Kai probably won't want to be with the kids because Alyssa's there.
So Laura will make a point to lead Adalaie out of the major crowd into a district that's less crowded. Any of you can follow if you would like, or you can continue to participate in the exhibition, though Alec and Alice get dragged along. Laura takes like a big deep breath. So, like, you're Kingmaker, you're important. Any reason for that frivolous display of magic?
I wanted to go fly on one of the fly paths because I'm honestly not impressed.
Okay, yes. Well, I can guarantee the mages feel the same way about you. So, take that how you will.
Nah, it's nice to have a mutual feeling for once.
Please, while you're in my city, keep crowd-terrifying magics to a limit. We're kind of on high alert right now, especially for Fey-like magic, so maybe keep that to a low. Other than that, please try not to get in trouble again. Looks at you, Alice and Alec. The next time
Alice
I've not
cackling.
been in.
do you want to finish that statement?
I've not been the one in trouble. He pulls me along on his stupid escapades.
I pull you along on stupid escapades.
I'm like, hey, I want to go to this place, and you're like, oh, really? I have a shady contact there. Why don't we go see them?
It's not like you decline. You're like, oh, shady contact, let's go!
Because you always say, my friend, blah, 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 lives there. You're never like, oh, I'm Shade Master 5000, he imports blah, blah, blah. You're always like, my friend.
Again, please stop incriminating yourselves in crimes in front of one of the leaders of the town guard. We've had these conversations. You can do your shady shit, just don't talk about it to me.
I don't do shady shit.
You're an accomplice to shady shit.
That is true.
Which, by definition, is shady shit. There's not much you can do about that.
We appreciate your grace in the situation, and I will do my best to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, well, you've caught me in a good mood today, so...
I am terribly sorry for the ruckus I caused, but I cannot guarantee that you will not meet me again.
Please don't make me meet you again. My good mood's very short.
Like I said, I don't mean to.
She's in a good mood. Let it slide.
Trouble follows me. Has all my life.
Are you sure it follows you, or are you trouble?
I mean, my partner always said I was trouble.
Yes, I've met you for 30 seconds now, and that was my impression. In any case, I am going to get back to work. Rather busy at the moment. Oh, and maybe avoid the 10th quarter today.
Sorry about that.
It's going to be cordoned off later, so maybe avoid that place.
Yeah.
The 10th quarter. The 10th quarter is where you guys have been staying. Right now, it's where the Duck's Cradle is.
The whole day?
Later in the evening.
Why?
I'm afraid that's classified.
Does that mean we won't be able to go to bed?
Good day to you. Your houses aren't in the 10th. Alex's house isn't in the 10th district. It's in...
What about the tavern?
The tavern is, in fact, the 10th quadrant.
Well, I guess it looks like we'll get to go stargazing tonight.
Question, did Catalina come with us?
I'm assuming everyone came.
Okay, just making sure.
Catalina doesn't
some
really
of the kids would be up.
have a reason to stay behind, so. But Flora will nod to all of you. Anyway, I have to get back to work and calm down a terrified public. Good day to you.
Have a nice night.
Sorry again.
Just don't do it again.
I'll try not to.
No, you will not do it again.
I'm an old lady.
So am I. That's not an excuse.
You have your mind.
I could give you yours.
I would rather not have it.
Alex, stop offering to... No?
I would rather not have it.
Anyway, you all eventually regroup. Those of you who did go on the flight path around the city, it gives you sort of a tour on all the major spots of the city, like all the major tour spots, at least a quick one. It takes you around the perimeter of where the Throne Council meets, and the old ruins of the King's Palace. It takes you through the Garden District and over the ocean for a little while. It's a very pretty path, clearly well planned out. Definitely designed for tourists. Yeah, eventually you all meet back together.
So, after that escapade, I figured, because you guys probably won't be staying in the city that long, that tonight, so for lunch, we hit the market, get some fresh produce, and we chill by the beach. But then tonight we could try and pull an all-nighter and stargaze, which is honestly really nice in the city. Also, it sounds like they're cordoning off the 10th quarter, which is where you're.
Why would they be cordoning off that?
Take a quick guess. The detectives probably found something suspicious around that area.
Oh yeah, she was staying there, wasn't she?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. You pick up some fresh produce from the market in the garden quarter. It looks really good.
What kind of fruit do we get?
I have no new fruit for you. Everything is old.
Damn.
Old hat, unfortunately.
Not gonna be much for this cookbook.
Unfortunately, designing a cookbook was in fact not my intent when planning this campaign. So.
Yeah, but this has been almost 60 episodes in. You should know that whenever
We have
food, we are planning on making.
And I've given you about 3 recipes per new place, so I think you're pretty busy.
So.
I've already given you the new food for this area, so nothing new. Sun starts to set.
I'm gonna. Hey, Alice, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Probably, maybe not. Did you, while you were out on the other road, did you, like, with the detectives, did you come across a German guy, pretty tall, brown hair, turning grayish?
A German guy here?
Yeah.
Have I encountered a German guy?
And not on Althara.
No, not on Althara. While you were with the detectives in the real world.
While I was back on Earth?
Yeah.
You met a lot of these guys with parents. Because you were with the detectives when they went to ask questions and stuff. Though you mostly know Jane's mom because she signed on to the investigation team, basically.
Do I know of Emma's dad?
Yeah, you've read the file. You know what he's asking him, but pretty clearly. You've seen his picture.
Have I met him?
Vaguely, you know he came to campus, but you didn't get a chance to meet him because you were... Teleportation happened before that meeting could.
Oh no, I know he's on campus. Your father, I'm assuming.
Oh.
But I did not get the chance to speak with him, no.
Good to know.
Jane's mother has in fact gone super sleuth, if you'd like to know that.
Interesting. When you say that he's on campus, my sadness skyrockets. And a little bit of anger. A lot of anger, really.
Jane will just
I give you a side hug and I rub your shoulder and then I leave you alone.
Jane will just look at Emma and be like, no. Like, do you physically look more sad?
Yeah.
Don't be sad for him.
I'm not.
But yes, Jane, your mother has done a wonderful job. She is very stubborn.
Jane just laughs.
Yeah. She wouldn't take no for an answer. You guys did try to ward her off of the investigation, and it ended up that she collected a lot more clues than you guys and kind of used them to blackmail you guys to try the investigation. Because
She found the Tumblr account dedicated to me. I don't know who runs that account. But it's just like me throughout history. I thought it was a small account, but no, she found it. And my name's not even on the account.
It's why I'm still minoring in fashion.
Intimidating, isn't she? She was very well dressed, I can say that.
Made everyone else feel underdressed all the time.
Well, that's my mother, if no one else.
Made me feel bad because I'd like walk into the room and she'd be in this fancy coat and it's like asymmetrically cut. And I'm like, oh, I'm in sweatpants that were made in the 40s and a button-up blouse that I don't think belongs to me. So.
How did they survive that long? The 40s was a while ago.
I take good care of my clothing.
Statement of the day: the 40s were a while ago.
Yeah. Do you guys
Big brain time.
do you guys make a point to talk about anything specific on the beach?
Adelai's going to suddenly remember why Alice was so like why with the fires in Italy.
Yes.
Oh,
You did write that in the chat for us.
yes. Oh. That's what you meant. I had nothing to do with those. Oddly enough, I had nothing to do with those.
Oh.
I would have gladly started them. I did not have anything to do with them.
Yep, no, Alice was going to apologize, and then that end thing got tacked on there, and Alice is no longer going to apologize.
Yeah, why would you
But that
add
she would have
on?
gladly done it? They were neo-fascist.
Murder is murder.
Italy, those fires were like apartment buildings.
That was a house.
There was a whole apartment building that went up.
I only remember reading about the house.
No, they lit the fire to get this single individual, but it was a whole apartment complex. It was like a building. It wasn't a house. So, yes, I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to leave this conversation. I think I'm going to go talk to Ryan.
Ryan and Autumn are having a little romantic bottom moment, so probably not the time
never
that you
mind.
said.
Never mind. I'm going to go talk to Felix.
Okay, he's open. What are you trying to get to?
Emotions! Let's talk about your feelings, dude!
Good luck.
And she's just kind of trying to be nice.
Totally appreciates.
You know, I'm old. Unfortunately, I don't carry candy with me. I would give it to you, but that's not my thing.
No.
I have successfully made a cuckoo clock watch. Would you like that?
Cuckoo clock what?
Cuckoo clock watch. Yes.
Okay. I have to see it at least. This sounds horrifying.
So she'll like hold it out and then she'll like twist it until it like hits an hour and then the bird will like literally pop out of the top of the watch.
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Yep, that's horrifying. I don't want it.
You don't want to?
Nope, I got the diamond. I'm actually pretty satisfied with your jewelry, so...
Who probably wants this? Because I don't want it.
You're the one who made it. Like,
Yeah,
you're so
but
no one
fascinated
wants
with
Your
making it.
cuckoo clock watch. Alec
Are you sure
yells.
that nobody wants it? There's got to be somebody who wants the watch.
Nobody's smart.
I'm sure you could sell it on the black market for something or other.
Probably.
You could just sell it. You don't even have to be on the black
It
market.
needs to be the black market because no one normal would buy it. That was out of character.
I hope that was in character though.
Nah, Jane's probably
Jane
off
throwing
topic
shade
someone.
from across the sand.
And Alice will like make bracelet, like pull out like beads and stuff, and like make bracelets with the kids.
Okay.
Jane is saving her shade.
If there's nothing specific that you guys would like to talk about with each other.
I would like to talk to Kai.
Okay.
Emma makes an offended face.
What do you say?
Where is he like standing in the group?
I mean, you're all kind of sitting vaguely together.
She's gonna just like tap him on the shoulder and be like, we really need to talk, like, privately.
He'll stand up and gesture for you to lead the way. Okay?
And she'll lead him like a good distance away from everyone, like, and she'll be like, I've kind of put this off a really long time now, and I've asked you about it several times before, and you said like you aren't really ready, but we don't have much time left here, hopefully, and I think we need to know. What happened when you were on that bus, Kai? Why were you guys all packed up?
Kai will sort of raise an eyebrow and look at you. This is gonna sound more confrontational than I want it to be, but I can't really think of another way to phrase it. But I don't want to talk about it. Like, full stop. It's not really your problem.
Can't argue with that.
I'm not saying I'll never talk about it. It's just, I don't really know how to. And other things keep coming up that seem far more important. You know? Like, I feel like every time we get a little downtime, something terrible is about to happen.
No, that's actually really true, and it's so unfortunate because this is supposed to be calming, but it's really just foreboding at this point.
Yeah. I think that is sort of paranoia. Like, I think we're officially paranoid. Like, when we're doing a relaxing thing and I keep expecting something terrible to happen.
We can't leave Alyssa to continue hating you.
I don't think she hates me. She kind of needs some time. I would too, given the situation, and I'm not 9. So, gonna say she's handling this a lot better than I thought she would.
I have to second that.
Probably because she can't physically scream at me right now.
Oh, that one.
Now that I think about that,
That one.
might have something to do with that.
Yeah.
We need to get on the sign language thing so she can start venting her problems to someone.
Yeah. None of us have the ability to talk to her telepathically anymore, so.
Felix does.
He has the ability to go into memories. He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't have quite the same powers as Emma.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has the ability to read memories, which is close, but not the same.
It was the only thing you could have done, right? That's how she asked it to be.
That doesn't make it better, but
I'm asking because I want to know. You don't have to tell me anything, just...
do you remember those journals I would carry around with me?
Yeah. What about them?
Well, I remember telling you that they were, like, a project, which I guess is kind of true. I thought someone was messing with my memories and I wanted proof. Well, let's just say I got my proof.
What? Do you have them back?
No. I don't know if I physically could get them back. It's not anything recent. Definitely not anything from before I met you, except for some specific things that I did write down that I know are gone.
Who did that? Who's tampering with your memories?
I hope you understand that I really don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
You're smart. You could probably figure it out, though. I'll let you take those context clues.
You don't think Felix could help?
I don't exactly feel comfortable letting a 13-year-old poke around in my head.
That is understandable.
No offense to Felix. But like the last time we saw him use his power, he passed out.
You think you're gonna choose a person?
I mean, that's kind of a job. And I mean, if we don't, we know the alternative. And it sounds kind of bad. I don't have anyone in mind.
I don't either. We don't know enough about the people we even do have in mind.
Yeah.
After we got separated, I think this was after we got separated. Actually, have we caught you guys up on what happened before we were separated? Or after we were separated?
For most of it, yeah, that's what you spent a large majority of another episode doing, I believe.
Okay. What was the guy's name who helped us? The human?
Which one? Viren? Then?
The Earth boy, weird Earth guy, who told us we were poisoned.
Nikita?
No, it was like a really basic human name. Like
Henry.
Oh,
Henry.
Yes. Henry Blake, I believe, was the name.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of a Henry Blake?
No, but sounds like a common name.
I know, right? He told us we were all poisoned, and I think is the reason that we're still alive now.
Yeah, it does that too.
Yeah. Like, none of us know who this guy is. Just
Do
like
we
none
have
of
a
us.
mystery third person to find here?
I'm thinking we
We're
do.
already adding a lot of people to the find list. What's one more? And his name is we have a full, distinct name.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure not many people from this world happen to have a name
Like Henry Blake.
Seems kind of obvious to me.
Yeah, it seems sort of like an alarm blaring, I guess.
I don't know how to feel about aiding Catalina and Adalaie, and this is really bugging me.
Yeah. What is our plan regarding that?
I don't know. Adalaie literally said Catalina wasn't a free fae that we met with.
I feel like we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like we're waiting for someone to catch them.
We kind of are, but we don't want that to happen, or we're supposed to not want to, but I mean, I'm kind of uncomfortable. I mean, we're here to find out about Eos, and I mean, I guess we've been trying to meet with him.
I don't know, I guess it's a surprisingly difficult situation. I feel like it's one of the most black and white moral quandaries we've been given so far. It's been put in front of us. And it's still surprisingly difficult.
I'd like to think of myself as a generally morally good person, but I can't really say that, can I?
I think a lot of us have lost the right to that sentence after this trip.
What are you gonna do when you get back? If you get back. You'll have to run, right?
Run is a strong word. I'm a legal adult.
Leave.
Yes. Continue where I left off. Likely.
You'd have to cover your tracks somehow because you're going to be accounting for the people on that bus.
True, but I'm pretty confident I could outrun a normal cop.
Pretty sure there'll be more than just normal cops.
And I'm pretty sure I could outtalk a morally good person. And I am fairly certain, since the investigation was apparently pretty public, that it would be pretty hard to involve more shadier elements in it.
Do you have any idea where you're gonna go?
Already had that planned out before I left, actually.
Wow, you're on top of your game.
I figured, legal responsible adult, I should do some pre-planning.
That's very...
I shouldn't let Alyssa pull all the intelligence on the team.
I want to give her back her tongue.
Dear God, what I wouldn't give for her to be shouting at me right now.
I could do it.
She can shout at you for her.
But he looks at you. If the cost is too high, I don't want you to put yourself out in that way.
I'm looking. It's not at the cost of Matthias's. The same thing Matthias tried to do.
If you try to heal her completely alone, then it is. It is.
If I try not to do it alone.
If you're trying to do it alone, it's an ultimate. If you are doing it with Alice's help, it's a no return.
I don't know if Alice would help me though.
Would Alice help
But
her?
then again, our traveling
Alice would
companion
definitely help.
is not indebted to us. And I don't know how Alyssa would feel about swallowing some flesh, so maybe I could wait until Hazel gets back.
Yeah, I would prefer not to psychologically traumatize my little sister any more than she already has been on this trip.
Luckily, we're planning to meet up with Hazel if all goes to plan. I don't know what's going on down there, but I heard there was an emergency, so...
And are there any other conversations that anyone else would like to have?
Not if Jane's busy.
Adalaie's gonna go over to Catalina. I'm so sorry.
I want to subtly eavesdrop on this conversation.
I feel like you're talking with Felix and you see this happening and you suddenly just stop talking.
Oh yeah.
And when Felix tries to talk, you're like, shh, shh, shh.
I'm so sorry about earlier.
Earlier? Oh, that. It's fine.
Okay. Just didn't want any bad blood between that.
No, that is certainly not where the bad blood will come from.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Cassidy's sleuthing glare.
Wanna go for a walk on the beach?
You know what? I'd love to.
Can't walk on the beach.
Thwarted!
Alec gives you like a look because he was also not so subtly eavesdropping.
Adalaie will stick her tongue out at them.
I'm gonna gesture to my leg and be like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
He did ask you in the beginning and you declined his help earlier. He's asking if you would like it now with his specific magics.
I'll go back to Felix and then subtly behind my back just give him a little okay sign.
Okay. What do you Adalaie, you lead Catalina, Catherine on the beach.
So,
I'm curious
Where-
what Alex's magic is.
where is this bad blood going to come from? If you don't mind me asking. Where's this bad blood going to come from?
It could not be any more obvious, Adalaie. I mean, you would have to be blind, deaf, and dumb.
Right now I'm trying to play dumb. I know what you're hinting to. Honestly, I've been trying to forget it. Well, not entirely. I still feel bad. But honestly, I would rather forget the whole thing. And the aftermath. Ugh. I have not seen a scene like that for a long time.
Catalina shakes her head.
So how have you been dealing with it all? I mean, I know you have more years of experience in how to deal with this, but...
Believe me, your acquaintances, I suppose, friends is too strong a word now. Frenemies? Enemies?
I don't even know that. It's not quite enemies yet. It's like in the in-between.
Well, it's quite clear where they stand. Mother and...
Yeah.
There were a few people I liked in this group before. My reasons to stay are few and far between. Honestly, I don't know where I am.
Entertainment, maybe?
No.
No?
You're not entertaining. You're stressful.
I get that a lot.
Us to
We
you,
all
more,
do.
the whole group. It's
More the
non-entertaining.
group, yeah.
Very stressful.
I mean, to be fair, we were sent off to the Florida of this place,
I'm just saying that.
away from everybody else.
I'm just saying
Basically the far corner. But yeah.
that I am
No, yeah.
seeing less reasons to stay. I'm sort of just staying until I figure out where I want to go.
There's other continents. Probably be safe there.
Apparently with dragons, though. I don't know if I want to go to one of those. Seems like a bad plan.
Well, maybe there's more to the south.
Well, I'm not exactly a world traveller. Besides, there are plenty of free fae that live on Althar just fine.
Yeah.
Hidden, of course. I'm crap at hiding, but I can learn.
Just gotta find a buddy to hide with. In my experience, that's the best way to stay hidden.
Keep an eye out for a promising partner, then.
It's gotta be someone who can keep you in check. That's like an impossible task, I know. But there's bound to be someone out there. At least someone who's just as stubborn.
I'm certain there are. Though I'm not so sure I am willing to look. In any case, the situation's shit, so...
This is beyond shit.
Just thinking of when I need to cut my losses.
I would do it before we get to the end of the week, honestly. I feel like we don't have much time.
Well, I'm feeling too. In any case, looks back at the group. What are you planning on doing? I have the freedom to up and leave if I want to. What are you going to do?
If I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'll make it back to Earth. If anything, I'm gonna die here. Like, that's been my gut feeling for the past few months, even before this whole mess.
If you think like that, you will. Death comes to those who pray for it.
I've been praying for it for about 5 years.
Then I'm sure you're on the list. There must be like a waiting line.
For what? To die or for my head? Either way.
I mean, I think both could be true. They don't... Yes, I guess, is the answer to that question.
Yes. Sorry about getting you into this predicament.
I don't want your apology. Please don't give me your apologies. I don't want them.
Okay. Then you have my thanks.
I'll take that. And she'll turn and start leading you back to the group at large.
Yeah. What do you think of our friends? Our
Which
new
ones?
friends.
Oh, the new ones.
The new ones.
They're loud. They're very loud. They talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Good silence fillers. They are giving us the hard side eye. 24/7. It hasn't stopped.
Looks over at where Alice is.
Alice has her back turned to you and is talking to Felix.
Gives Felix the look.
Felix sees you
Nothing to
looking
think about.
Felix sees you looking at him and just sort of like looks back at you, gives you a very indecipherable look for a 13-year-old, which kind of subtly translates to shoulder shrugs, and turns back to continue talking.
Okay.
Is there anything
Should
else?
we ditch him?
Catalina will sort of... I mean, I don't know how capable we are of doing that.
I mean, we're good at running away from things.
Very good at that. But the problem is, would they chase us?
That is a very good question.
Because we're in fact very bad at running away from things that chase us. We're very good at...
turn around and start chasing them.
That would be comical.
Anyways.
And Catalina leads back to the group at large and go about your business.
Yeah.
Is there anything else anyone would like to specifically talk about? Yes. Well, what are you doing?
I would like to broach the subject with Felix and be like, so are you comfortable with sharing your abilities?
I mean, sure. I guess. I mean, I feel like our group in particular is really bad at keeping secrets, so...
I know one of you can shapeshift now.
Yeah, that's exciting. I pretty simply can read memories. Places, things, people. I don't do the people one generally because we all signed a contract saying not to use our powers on each other unless we all talked and agreed about it.
That sounds responsible because mind powers can get tricky and it's hard to find a line to stop.
Yep. That's very true. That is very true.
Was that a...
Yeah.
Haven't been following that rule.
It was less of like a that, more like a yeah, that's true. My power is very complicated.
Just be careful with it. Especially other people's brains.
I've only passed out once.
That is still an unacceptable amount of time. So, I won't push, but please don't push yourself. You have to be cautious, especially with the mind things.
Felix shrugs.
And,
okay, I want to read the chat here for a little bit. It was more important when 3 of us had mind powers, but there's rules and rules are created. And then Emma puts to be broken. And then Tele responds, well, yes, but no.
No, but also yes, but also no. But also, yes.
A very fun chat conversation we're having here. Anyway.
Just don't push yourself and make sure you tell someone if you feel like you're stepping too far. Or don't tell someone and just walk the fuck away. That one's okay too. I'm now very concerned for you. The level of concern was, wow, this is a 13-year-old boy without any parental figures. Now I know you have mind abilities, and I really, really want. Yes, she will just start freaking out a little bit and pat him on the head.
Brushes your hands away.
Here, have another apple.
Takes it. Just gives you a look. Any other conversations anyone wants to have? Okay.
How long are we down here for? Because there are multiple conversations I could have.
Yeah, it's a dinner, but I'm more so asking because you guys have a lot to talk about. So here's your free time.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Emma when I'm done with Kai.
We do?
You have a surprising amount. And as that happens, Alec's gonna give you a look, Alice, and sort of point to farther back on the beach like he wants to go talk to you over there.
I'll just excuse myself and Felix and be like, he's being weird. I'm gonna go talk to him. He's being weird. And I'll get up and leave.
Okay, but we'll start with the Emma and Jane conversation.
Yes.
Do you remember that time Felix and I said that we learned something that would be life-altering?
Yeah.
And you said you didn't want to know?
Yeah. I think I know what it is now.
Yeah, I think you do. And
Oh boy.
I think I'm just gonna go out right and say it, if that's okay with you.
To others?
To you.
To me, go ahead. Kinda had a while to terms
Yeah.
with it.
So your dad is a murderer.
Yeah, I probably should have seen that coming, but
And he
that memory
killed
not being there.
He killed your mother, I think.
Yeah, he did.
And she'll kind of give you a half hug.
I never questioned where she was. Now looking back on it, I probably should have. So many memories. Me, with her, having fun, growing up together, just all erased in a second. And only now are they back. And it's just not. I grew up with my dad. He was a great guy, in my opinion. As far as I knew, he loved digging stuff up and showing me. And now knowing that side of him, knowing what he was really like, hard to come to terms with.
We're not always the brightest, but
Thanks.
he doesn't deserve your sympathy or your sadness.
I know. It's just hard to think of him as a murderer.
Well, you didn't know for the longest time. When you're young and things happen, you block them out. I know a thing or two about that. Blocking things out. You have to get good at it.
Might have more in common than we thought.
I don't know if my mom's a murderer, though.
Probably not. Unless she murdered someone to protect you, it sounds like she's a pretty good parent.
I don't know. She is really, really stubborn though. So, I don't know. I feel like if she wanted to, she could totally get away with it.
Probably. Why did my dad, why did he go to Foxbury?
I don't know, but I'm getting really suspicious of the whole school.
Yeah.
There's not just...
I mean, I got a scholarship to go there. That's the only reason I'm here and not still in Germany. But
I think we all did, some way or another.
Yeah.
None of us,
I'm wondering if we deserved it.
Most of us came to the school because the school reached out to us.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd that a school goes out and recruits so many individuals.
Especially from other countries.
Yeah.
Like, there are plenty of other Rift users. Why us?
Well, weren't there some normal people at the school too? Non-Rifts?
Yeah.
It's kind of odd that they would... I wonder if they actively... I wonder if they actively recruited the non-Rifts as well.
How many exchange students? Like, were there a lot of exchange students from other countries, or just like?
There's a small number. It has a Foxbury actually has a decent foreign exchange student program.
As far as I know, only two of us were.
You've met others because they have like a department of which Adalaie worked in.
Yeah.
Where like they coordinated foreign exchange students. So like you've met a decent number. Not all of them are Rifts, obviously. A large majority of them are, but Foxbury is a decently sized college. It's not tiny.
So you went to Foxbury because of the scholarship?
Yeah. Then a few other things.
What were the other reasons?
I'm not comfortable talking about that yet.
Okay. Jane's thought process is like, so the person that messed with Kai's mind. So the school that we go to.
And I'm kind of glad I got away now, because otherwise I wouldn't have ever figured out that the person I was living with was a murderer.
Well,
I don't even know why you would do that.
We think that we're on a path to go back. So maybe we should think about our plans that inevitably happen. I know that I'm probably not. I know I'm probably not the person that you choose to talk to this about. But
honestly, better you than anyone else.
Really?
Yeah. At least we know each other.
Yeah. I guess of the people here, I know you the best. Apart from like Kai and Alyssa, but
yeah. But you already know this, so I'd rather not. Kai has stuff going on. He doesn't need more.
Yeah. He's not going to be there when we get back anyway.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't he be there?
Extenuating personal circumstance.
Immediately goes to the mind being erased.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Well, you said personal circumstances. How am I supposed to know what you're talking about?
not my personal information, so...
Yeah.
Apparently my mom is huge on the suspicion search committee. Don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah. I mean, your mom was already coming here, wasn't she?
Yeah, we were supposed to meet at the airport, so I'm not surprised. I just...
That must have been a shock for her.
Yeah, when I just didn't show up.
Yeah.
I can imagine the anger on her face. She thinks I just ditched or ran away.
Yeah.
And then she finds out I'm just gone. Me and like 20 other people.
More than 20.
Yeah. It's weird that the bus driver didn't come with us.
Yeah, it was like completely empty. Like, do you remember seeing the bus driver? Like any details about them?
Not distinctly. I think he was wearing like a baseball cap or something.
Wait, actually, was there actually details about the bus driver with the baseball cap?
Yeah, he wore a hat. Down over his eyes.
Oh, no wonder. Huh. Interesting. Well, that's weird. And then just to not be there afterwards.
Every single one of us was there.
Yeah.
The only reason I can think about was he was the one who transported us.
But why?
To fulfill this world's prophecy? I don't know. Some sick game.
Yeah. This whole thing is really weird game for someone, I guess.
It's a really big puzzle, but none of us are smart enough to put the pieces together. And we don't have enough of them either. We put the corner pieces where the center one should be, and we forget all about doing the outside rim before putting the inside together.
Yeah. Maybe we should sit down at some point and just come up with all the puzzle pieces we do have. But I mean, what's the guy's name? The one that was the mortician?
Gabriel.
I know it says Gabriel, yeah. I mean, Gabriel probably had the most pieces out of anyone. And I don't think he gave us all the pieces. I have this sneaking suspicion that the principal has something to do with it.
Now that you mention it, I have the exact same suspicion.
I mean, he was the one in charge of the college that recruited a bunch of Rifts from all around the world. Which apparently was his sanctuary program. Sanctuary program. Sounds
I don't know enough about the sanctuary program. It just seems kind of like a sketchy name. I know sanctuary is supposed to be a good name, but like I've read a lot of dystopian
good name is not good. Yeah.
And sanctuary is just a generally unnerving term.
Yeah. Too many dystopian books read.
I feel like it's kind of justified that we have our suspicions because of the situation that we're in.
As you guys are talking, I'm going to quickly cut to Alec and Alice's conversation. As he sort of drags you away and is like, so you know those suspicions we had earlier?
Yes.
Like 100% confirmed.
Really? And I know who the boy is.
No, not the other one.
Well, yeah. But like we've confirmed all of the suspicions. Okay,
Maybe
but like
not the one to focus on. I think the bigger
even
one.
the old lady Adalaie is guilty of the thing. Do you think that? Or
Okay, here's my pitch.
okay.
Hearing the reports. So I learned something and then a conversation over there. So Catherine, you know what her real name is?
Catalina, isn't it?
Aren't you the smartest cookie? You want a gold star? Yes.
Actually, yes.
Well, I don't have one, but yes. The answer's yes. Right. Stole my thunder there, but yes. So, with that information, so I decide, digging around in my fossil memory, right?
Yeah.
For what I could remember about her.
As one does. Yes.
So, controls metal. Which would explain the tossed silverware. And maybe even the way the people who weren't poisoned died, if she's gotten way better with her powers. It's been a couple centuries, so chances are that the answer's yes to that. But according to my memory, she was definitely not a free fae. And seems to
So she
be
is
one
now?
which is like big deal
Yes.
sort of information.
Okay. And you believe Adalaie is also guilty?
I mean, you've used your powers, you can't turn them off, so.
No, I mean she's guilty, but you think it's of that?
I think you could try to bring it up one more time and see how the spike goes. But I think you know the answer.
What do we do?
I don't
I know what I want to do.
What's our plan here? You're the Earthling.
I want to get them arrested.
Well, just so happens that we know where all the gods are gonna be tonight.
Yes, but we already warned them.
Yeah, but it's not that hard to we're not that far away from the 10th quarter. The 10th quarter is on the beach. We're like a 10-minute walk that way.
So just to see if we could get back into the tavern. Because you have...
Yes.
Yes.
Have you told them where I lived?
I don't believe so.
Then I could just say I'm going home to grab something.
I want to say I feel guilty. I feel it's bad. But I don't feel guilty about it.
Do you want to go test them then?
How do we test
Do a
them
confrontation? I feel like if we push, they're going to evaporate.
I don't want to do it in front of the kids.
Literally not. There's a 4-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 13-year-old. And
a 13-year-old. That 13-year-old boy can read memories.
Oh shit, has he read our memories?
I probably...
Has he told anyone what he's seen?
I don't know. I just hope he doesn't strain himself, because mental powers tend to do that.
Of course, that's your first concern.
He's 13!
You're a very nice human being. In any case, why don't you go back to, mumming a 13-year-old? I'll see if I can grab Zalora.
Okay. Run home and grab stuff to go stargazing tonight.
I own a telescope. Did you break the telescope? I still own a telescope, right?
No. We have the telescope.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm pretty sure it's, at my window, because I've been using it.
Okay. I'm glad you're more responsible with telescopes than with wine glasses.
It was on the table, and I went to
It's
put
already
up my
walking
leg.
away. Tell them I'll be back.
Bye. I'll go and I'll sit down next to Felix.
What was that about?
He's gonna run home, so hopefully we can go stargazing tonight. There is an ice cream stand about 100 yards that way. Do you want to take the other two to go get ice cream?
He'll give you a look and go, "This feels like you are bribing me to turn my back on something. But because there are other small children here, I'm gonna say yes."
I very much appreciate that. You are a very good kid. Thank you. And I'll drop money in his hand.
It's you drop more money than it would be to do ice cream.
Yeah.
When he takes it, it's like, I'm easily bribed. And he'll walk up to Alyssa and Ezekiel, and probably Autumn and Ryan are in charge of babysitting right now, so he'll talk to them. And Ryan looks like he's about to offer, and Felix is just like, no, like, kid time. And Ryan goes, "You can't go without I'm practically an adult." And it's, you can see the ice cream stand. Just turn your head and watch us.
And I'll shout about, "Tell them Alice sent you. You might get a discount, because I did fix the card."
Even better. You can see it. Just turn your head. Give us some independence. Give me some independence. Ryan will look and be like, "Okay, but we're gonna be watching you. Whole way." Okay. Mom, Dad. You'll take the kids.
As soon as they're, like, out of earshot.
Okay.
I would like to walk up to Adalaie and Catalina.
Can we all be, like, coming back towards the center of the group at this point?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll get to witness it. Did you guys do it? You're muted.
I'll be more specific than that.
Did you or did you not massacre 50 people at a birthday party?
51.
52.
I don't sit out of character, that's me. 52.
Including the women, the children, and the servants. Spike and guilt?
Spike and sadness.
There's no guilt?
Not anymore.
No remorse? No regret?
There's still remorse and regret, but that's kind of covered by sadness. She's in the morning
Catalina?
stage, by the
Anything?
way.
You can't feel Catalina's
Ooh, I'm
emotions.
so mad I'm shaking.
You
Did
can't
you
feel
look at all?
She just raises an eyebrow.
It's more complicated than that.
It is it?
It very much is.
Oh. You know what?
Cassidy, can
Why
you roll me a
don't you-
d6?
Oh no.
4.
Thank you.
Well, I'm shaking. I think it might be cold. I can't tell.
Mix of both.
Sweater.
I have a sweater on. And sweatpants. And long socks.
Get a blanket.
Yeah, I guess. There you go, blanket. Nothing happens?
Not right now. Continue your conversation.
Okay. Is it more complicated than that? Is the murder of 50 people? Let me reiterate. Children, women, innocent servants. How is it more complicated than that? What possibly could have been your motivation for massacring a birthday party?
Have they said what they were killed with yet?
Oh, yes. Apparently cutlery, poison.
What
There was
kind
some
of
sort of-
poison? You mean the same poison that was used on my family? AKA
Yes.
everyone here.
So everyone here is still alive, correct?
Until someone snaps their fingers and says no.
Okay.
It's also an
So you were all poisoned. So were you all complacent in the massacre of 50 people?
No, this was only us.
You and Catalina, is it?
Smart one.
Not very hard to figure out after you let it slip twice. Yes.
Once.
So you decided to massacre women, children, and innocent servants that couldn't possibly have poisoned you. What on earth prompted that?
When the children's lives were in danger.
Yes.
That's what
Oh.
prompted that.
You decided that vengeance was the way to go. And you decided to
Eye
take
for an
vengeance
eye.
out on a 9-year-old's, 9? I think she was 9. Her birthday party with all of her friends and her schoolmates and her mother and everyone she's related to. Their mothers and innocent servants. People who are loyal to the city and provided for their families and had lives of their own, who did not poison you.
You're reaching deaf ears, as I've already sat through this entire process for the past week.
Yes.
And
it
yes,
is-
I do feel remorse. I feel bad for those who were caught in the collateral. But still doesn't change that in my plan to do this, I tried to stop her. Even though we were like, yes, we want to do this. And she was already in Skystead to do it.
So
but
you were too late.
And I don't really care for the family anymore. Yes, I care for all the poor servants. Yes, I care for all the families who were affected, but not theirs. I feel nothing for his.
You hear a voice that goes, well,
And
that's
you
just
think-
about the cleanest confession I've ever heard. And you see
Yes,
standing
and
on
I was
the
about
boardwalk,
to go get it.
Shari, standing with Callan by her side, who is like looking at her like they were about to do a stealth approach, and Shari couldn't help but be dramatic and like interject there, and just kind of like shakes his head. She smiles. Well, since that's all cleared up now, I hope you don't mind that we're going to take you all into custody. Because from the rest of your faces, it looks like you're all complacent with the murderer, so unfortunately that also carries something.
They tried to
Apparently
stop.
you guys didn't go to the police the first time you were in the city to turn you in. That's called complacency and accomplice, love. So you're all being arrested. And I really wouldn't recommend resisting.
You're arrested.
Dane's gonna be like, the children didn't know.
I'm
And
gonna
They're
turn.
minors. I can't exactly arrest like a 4-year-old, so they're fine. It sounds like
However-
Alice is good, so I'll leave her to babysit if that's okay with you. Though I'm gonna need your statement later.
Absolutely.
Excellent detective skills, by the way. I heard the whole thing. Very, very nice.
I knew this was
I don't
gonna
really.
happen.
I appreciate the praise, not in this particular situation.
I knew this was going to happen.
Anyway,
Yes.
duh! You guys still...
I'm glad you had come to terms with your inevitable fate. Now,
I came to
I'm going
terms
go
with
collect the
it
kids.
a week before.
Good for you.
yeah. Well, enough with the dramatics. And as she says that, guards start to come in.
Cat, how well can you swim?
I can fly. Swimming kind of feels a little like pointless. Would you like an escape?
I'd rather you escape.
Yeah, well, I wasn't planning on getting captured by a bunch of humans anyway, so...
Yeah, I figured, but have fun. Have fun
yeah.
with your life. I'll miss you.
I had a little more time to plan about where I was going, but... Oh well, wherever the wind takes me. And she moves to go fly, and Shari reaches her hand out, and Catalina suddenly freezes. No can do, love. You're the murderer. You get to go on trial for it. And she makes a fist with her hand, and Catalina's limbs suddenly jolt together, and she lands hard on the sand. You're not the only one that can manipulate blood. Now, you know what I said about not resisting arrest? That sounded like encouraging resisting arrest, so I'm just gonna hope the guards heard that so they can add that to whatever sentencing they were gonna put on there. And she raises her fist and Catalina floats up and pulls over, and the guards come in very roughly, grabbing and putting handcuffs on people.
The guards that I know, I'm gonna just be like,
them.
yeah, if they're being rough with people who aren't resisting, I'm gonna be like, hey.
Emma will hold out her hand for them to put the cuffs on.
Yeah.
So it's easier.
Jane will too, yeah.
They'll like appreciate compliance, so they're not gonna be unnecessarily rough, but like this was a massacre, so they're not nice.
Yeah.
She's looking back down at where Ezekiel and
Felix, you can sort of see, has grabbed the two children and sort of started walking in the opposite direction of the group, getting farther into the distance.
Should let me turn
is
myself
Cades
in.
with them, or is Cades?
Cades has been with you guys this whole time.
Okay.
Kind of looks a little awkward. It's like, I mean, you can put the handcuffs on, I guess.
It really isn't gonna do anything to keep us here.
And you all get taken into custody.
Adalaie smiling the whole way.
Oh god, that's not creepy.
It's so creepy. Okay, I mean, Jane is just, like, walking as far away from Adalaie as she can at this point.
Yeah.
It's like a thin smile. It's not like grin.
You see Laura in the crowd, who walks up to Shari and says some things to her. And Shari shrugs and continues to walk along, being the only one apparently capable of containing Catalina right now, so...
Alice will give like sad looks to like every other, like everyone except Adalaie, and Catalina get like utterly disgusted looks from Alice.
Eventually Alec will come back from the back of the crowd and meet up with you, and it's like, well, apparently the detectives were already on their way here, and I just kind of intercepted them and told them to move faster.
So I'm going to go collect the children that will be staying with us.
But since we figured it out before the detective, he hands you a big stash of coin. So it was Laura's who gave it to me, and so it's ours now. It doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great, but like, we could give it to the children. That kind of feels
we'll
better.
give it to the children.
That kind of feels like the better thing to do with this.
I think for the youngest, we'll just hold on to his pouch, and he can
Point
ask
at things
to spend
and-
things. Yes. Let's go get them before they actually like run away.
We should
Do you want to
probably-
jog ahead and get them? I'll catch up.
Yeah. Get your leg. Walk around the boardwalk. Meet us there. And he jogs off. For the rest of you, you get led into individual cells beneath a rather intimidating looking building that was not on the top 1,000 list, since it is the jail.
Prison.
It looks like they cleared out recently a large majority of these cells. And you each get one, and as they do, Zalora, who has been walking and is a face that a couple of you recognize from earlier in the day, walks over to where Shari has been floating Catalina and snaps blue heart cuffs on her hands.
That's painful. That is painful.
And she looks at all of you and goes, "You try to resist rest. Same thing for you all."
We didn't try to
Wouldn't be
resist
the first time.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
And Zalora sort of roughly drops Catalina in another cell.
At least this time there's a valid reason.
And she sort of looks you all over before shaking her head and just leaving. It's immediately full pitch black darkness.
So fun.
So do we all have blue heart cuffs on?
No. But she told you if you tried to resist arrest, tried to escape, you'd be in a very similar position to Catalina, who does.
Okay.
They're not as cruel as your first kidnappers, apparently.
Apparently.
Not as needlessly evil, it turns out.
Yeah.
Who
More like,
knew?
they're not evil at all, really.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
One
Well,
by
now that
one, two guards in twin pairs, all with active blue heart weapons when they come in, will take one person out of their cell at a time, and you'll be brought to a back room
Fun.
where an unfamiliar woman will be sitting. But she has very intimidating armor that has bits of blue heart interlaced. It's not quite as advanced as the armor you saw with the Orcar, where they had been able to make full blue heart sets, but it's there, and it is kind of still scary. She has unnaturally bright red hair that is held in a long braid off of one shoulder, and she's sitting very casually in her seat as she looks at whoever she brings in first.
Who does she bring in first?
I don't know, pick a number between 1 and 20.
15.
6.
2.
Jane? Number between 1 and 20? Well, the silence is my answer, not Jane. Closest, Zemma. So Emma's first.
Ew. Sit down. Looking regretful.
And she won't say anything for a good 5 minutes.
Emma doesn't fall for that trap. She knows that trap. She took psychology class.
She just looks you over very calmly. So, this is your one and only chance to tell me your side of the events that happened in the past week.
I pull out my notes.
Leave anything out, or find that you were lying later, and things will get much worse for you.
Okay. Well, I was gone for most of it. I was in the labyrinth, actually. Wait, was I? Yeah, I was. So what
Familiar with that?
happened? You know what the labyrinth is?
Yes.
Okay. So what happened was we found, well, I didn't. One of my other group members, Aron, found a little girl on the side of the road. She didn't tell us, but told us that she was mute. And what was the girl's name? Marcel?
Mm-hmm.
Marcel. She told us that she was mute, which I guess she technically was at the time.
You don't actually have to recount everything. You can just tell me if you leave anything out. If you're going to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, we don't have to sit here for like 6 episodes of recap.
Huh. I mean, I tell as much as I remember, which was that I got stuck in the labyrinth. I don't tell what I did in the labyrinth. I just said once I got out, I found out.
And why didn't you decide to go immediately to the authorities when you arrived in the city?
You know? That's a good question. Nothing really would justify that. Probably should have done that.
Well,
And it's understandable that I'm here now.
we can't change the past. We can only change the future.
Yeah. That I can agree with. I think part of the issue was fear of being used to do worse things.
The thought, given your position.
Which really doesn't justify it completely.
No.
And like completely understandable where we are now. Probably should have sped up the process. That's all I have to say. Also, your armor is really pretty.
Thank you. The Forge Master gave it to me as a birthday gift last year.
Nice.
I think he was trying to show off, but oh well. I'll take it.
And honestly, I don't think Adalaie was thinking. Clearly, she wasn't thinking.
Well,
So was the one who poisoned us, after all.
the way you define different degrees of murder,
It definitely doesn't justify that.
there are 2 sort of criteria we use to judge. It's how pre-planned the crime was,
That wasn't pre-planned.
and guilt and remorse shown after.
That is fair.
It's how we judge criminals. I appreciate your statement and your time. And she makes a nod to the guards, and they walk you back to yourself.
Yep.
Jane, you are the next on the chopping block.
Okay.
Same routine, go to a cell, bring you into this interrogation room. And she sits in silence for like 5 minutes. Same routine.
Absentmindedly taps hands on the table.
Now, your friend has told me some, but I'd like to hear all sides of the story. So if you could recount all of the events leading up to this tragedy within the past week or so, you'd be doing me a favor. Please leave nothing out of your account.
I think I'd like to give some precursors to my story of the events leading up to the murder. One of which is that wasn't our first time in the labyrinth. We'd gotten stuck there before. And the labyrinth had a lot of reason to really dislike us. Because it wanted us to kill more people to play its game, and that didn't quite happen. Because we didn't want to do that, and we basically got out with a sort of cheat around the labyrinth's game. And it didn't like that. And she'll basically talk about how I think she's probably going to say, like, how when they were back in the labyrinth, I'm trying to think of what I would say. And then she'll basically say, like, the same things Emma did and leave out a little bit. And then she'll say, like...
What do you leave out?
Are you going to
Like,
leave out the part
the
that
part
I'm
about-
dragging in there?
The part of, like, the name of the person. Jane has more to tell. She'll say, like, when Emma and everyone got separated from the group, I didn't. And we got taken into this back room with Marcel and a few other people. Me, as a player, my memory's not that great of what happened there.
What do you leave out? I'm not asking what you tell.
I leave out, like, I leave out, like, the name of the human who helped us and, like, who they were in general. I'm just saying somebody helped us.
Okay.
And I want, like, yeah.
Then
so
she will...
they know that it was my poison that was stolen from me by Catalina.
Yeah. And she will also thank you for your time, and you will be led back to your cell.
I would, like, she's gonna tell them the 3 poisons that she had on her, or, like, the 3 things, and, like, that she'd never used them before.
Yeah, she will nod appreciatively at that as well. Aron, you are next.
Did she not ask for my reasoning?
Not really, no. She doesn't ask many questions. She asked that one, and she very, very rarely asked any follow-up questions.
I guess Aron's gonna tell his accounts of it.
Do you leave anything out?
No.
Or is there anything you wish to say from Aron's perspective as you're recounting this?
As you say it, his self-guilt rises to about 130,000%.
She will continue.
He feels, I don't know how, he's probably his face is going to look like he's on the verge of mental breakdown, since he kind of feels guilty for all of this, since it was a giant domino effect, because he's an emotional hot mess.
Well, then after you finish recounting, she'll nod, thank you for your time, and you'll be led back to your cell. Everyone else is brought back. Adalaie is last. They don't bring back Catalina. Instead of leaning back in her seat when Adalaie is forward, she sort of is leaning forward and is sitting up straight. Miss Adalaie, if you could give me your recounting of events starting from the beginning, please.
I tell her everything, what I felt when I started planning this plan, why I felt that way, and that Adalaie's just happy right now.
I like a psycho. Oh my god.
Happy that she's arrested, I assume?
Yes. She's happy that finally justice is served.
Are you, like, thanking her for arresting you?
No. She actually says that she's happy that justice is served.
The woman who is still yet unnamed
About the remorse.
Will look you over. And what is your version of justice, Adalaie? What do you hope to see done here?
I did it for eye for an eye. But for here, I feel like it should be more of what is deserved. What you think is deserved.
I see. Is that your view on justice? Eye for an eye, everything must be equivalent in loss?
No. No. Like I said.
Oh, then only for your enemies?
No. I believe I told you about the poisoning, yes?
I believe you did, yes.
My family would have been lost. Still probably is. So, I felt that before my time is done, I get my revenge, an eye for an eye. But I do believe in evidence. I do believe in there being fair trial. I believe also in the court system of a jury. Sometimes it's not always eye for an eye.
Yes.
But when there comes anger and when lives are in danger, sometimes that's the one that's easiest to go to.
Okay. And she waves her hand, and the guard brings a file forward. She takes out a picture. They are rough sketches, and she puts one in front of you. This girl's name is Angeline Fontaine. She was 10. She's an older sister to one of the party guests, and she decided to come last minute. She had won 3 baking competitions years in a row. She helped the cooks put the cake together because she was curious. She tasted it early and died very horribly on her own. No one around her, in the hallway on the way back to the ballroom. She makes another picture. An older woman. This is the groundskeeper. Her name is Evelyn. And she died from having her blood boiled. Slowly and painfully through every pore of her body. And she goes through this with all 52 guests. She gives you names, faces, and little trivia facts about their lives. And she takes the file and closes it. Miss Adalaie, you have killed 52 people.
52 people. And I've come to terms with it.
Yes, you have. In a week. Less than.
No, I've come to the terms that I have killed them. What I haven't come to terms is that 52 lives are not here. That children that I did not expect to be there were there. That other families were there that I did not expect to be there.
What did you expect?
Small family gathering.
Okay then, let's say it was just a small family gathering then. And she pushes the faces away. She keeps the servants. She keeps the pictures of the family. That would be 15 people. Dead as a door now. If it all went to your plan. 3 of them under the age of 10. 1 pregnant. Puts those files away as well. You may have come to terms with your punishment. But I hate to tell you this, that the rest of the world hasn't.
Might as well confess all my sins.
I'm sure we don't have the time.
I can give you the list. Don't even have to get into detail. But
Believe me when I say I don't want to know anything more about you.
no, I totally understand that. I'd rather my mind slip away. I don't even want to know about myself. I hate the person I've become. And I'd rather I never existed.
And I'm sure more than 52 people would agree with you there.
Get closer to 70 and you got it.
Unfortunately for them,
I do
for
exist, and they're
us.
still gone.
they're not
So-
going to get what they want anytime soon.
Yes.
Can I go back to a cell?
Leave the kids out of this. That's all I gotta say.
Unfortunately, everyone we brought back seems to be a legal adult, so...
They're still children, though.
And she nods and the guards sort of roughly drag you away. They are not as gentle as they were with everyone else. And they were not that gentle to begin with. Eventually, you have no way of telling how much time has passed. It is pitch black. There are no windows, so there's no way for your eyes to adjust. Unless, like, Marin summons anything.
Emma's gonna be talking. Emma's gonna be like, I don't know, casual conversation with Athena or something, because boredom. You know.
Yeah, but you don't know how long they leave you there. Eventually, they drag a snarling Catalina away. She does not return.
And there's the bad blood. Adalie's gonna cry in her cell.
For the majority of you, after some unknown amount of time passes, you are hefted from your cells and brought into a sort of main room on the upper floors where there is light. Adalaie, you are left alone in the darkness. The woman from before, who's in charge of your interrogation, looks at you all. Well, for the most part, I think you are innocent of any wrongdoing amiss. Perhaps you should have been more prompt in taking moral discretion. But anyone can understand the want to protect close friends or family, and the confusion one can reach when you find that they're not who you thought they were. So, for now, I'm going to let you go. Stay within the city limits. There'll be a trial very soon, and I expect you to speak at it. Until then, stay safe and stay out of trouble.
Where are the children?
I believe Alice and Alec are still taking care of your younger lot.
It's a relief.
I have let Alice and Alec know of your release today. It is up to their discretion whether they meet you. Other than that, you're free to do as you please, as long as you're not committing any crimes. And she leads you out. Good day, Kingmakers. May you make better decisions in the future. She turns and the gates to the jail close.
Is Cades with us?
No, he didn't get really arrested because he's a familiar, and by law they can't really do that.
Oh.
He was basically in a waiting room with pretty much your stuff, which is kind of offensive on many levels.
Oh my god, that's
Just a little bit.
So he's fine, just like a little grouchy.
So basically the same thing happened that would have happened if we had turned them in.
Yeah.
Except now we're also...
You should have let Adalaie turn herself in that night.
Probably, yeah. But this is more interesting storyline-wise.
It is more interesting.
Alice, you do get the news of the release. Do you make the decision to go meet them?
Not tonight, no. I'm gonna sit all the kids down for like a real dinner and like talk to them about it.
Okay, and Alec has been going over legal paperwork like all evening. He got sent a bunch by Iveta. I'm just looking over it.
I need to ask you guys, and I want you to tell me honestly, do you feel safe with that group?
I'm assuming this has been 2 days now. So you've probably got a little bit of a head start on the teaching Alyssa sign language train. So Alyssa will just sign brother to you.
Your brother is in that group?
Until none.
Yes or no? Yes.
So, not
Do you
yet.
feel safe with him?
She thinks about it for a little while, but does begrudgingly nod a yes.
And then she'll like look to, well, mostly Felix next.
Yeah, Ezekiel kind of just looks lost at the question, like doesn't really grasp it. And Felix will actually take a moment and think about it. No with an asterisk?
Why? Why the asterisk?
Okay, I'm going to explain the no first and I'll get to the asterisk.
Okay.
I'm British
Okay,
again.
okay,
Stop.
okay.
Bad Ashley. I'm gonna rubber band every time I go British. Bad. I'm gonna explain the no first, and I'll get to the asterisk. No is because I've seen them act kind of incompetently whenever we run into the face of danger. A lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the only time we ever talk is when they want me to use my power on someone.
Alice's face fully steels up. She's so PO'd by that.
I mean, like, I talked to them in other circumstances, but I feel that that was the majority of our conversations. The asterisk is because I don't think most of them meant anything bad by it. I think they're just college students who don't know how to manage a child. Or
So you don't.
Or a human relationship in general. They're kind of a mess if you haven't noticed.
So you just feel unsafe in general. You don't think that these people are going to hurt you.
I don't think they would purposefully try to hurt me. No. I definitely don't feel particularly safe with them. But we also recently lost, like, the one person who knew even a tiny bit about parenting, and he was kind of, like, focused on one thing. Ezekiel kind of curls in on himself on that, and Felix looks a little apologetic, like he didn't mean to talk about it like that.
Do you feel comfortable returning to that group?
depends on who we're talking about in the group. If we're talking about literally every single one of them as a whole, probably not. If we're, like, excluding certain members, then yes is more likely.
Okay. And then she'll turn to Ezekiel. Ezekiel, do you think that any of the people you're traveling with would hurt you?
Uh-uh.
Are you afraid of them?
Mm-mm.
Do they regularly put you in scary situations?
Not on purpose.
He kind of, like he doesn't know how to answer that question.
And it can't help it when you're a kingmaker and everyone's trying to kill you and or kidnap Ezekiel specifically.
So barring specifically the two people I think you were referring to, Felix, you would be comfortable with returning to that group?
Generally, yes, because I think we were supposed to meet up with the rest of our group, and the rest of our group has more responsible adults in it.
Okay. So do you wish me to go with you?
I mean, like, and he sort of curls in on himself a little bit, and looks a bit uncomfortable. Only if you want to?
I'm 100% willing to. This isn't a question of, like...
Also, like, you're from Earth, too, and it would kind of be a little awkward to just know you're here and leave you all by yourself.
Okay.
I think the rest of the group would actually be a little cross at us if we did that.
I appreciate it.
Because
I'm going to be perfectly
honest. We
honest.
need all the responsible adults we can get. They're in short supply.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you three. If you are at all uncomfy, you have to come tell me. Like, it doesn't matter the degree. Uncomfortable, scared, paranoid. You need to say something.
Ezekiel will nod like, duh, I'm always going to tell someone when I'm kind of upset. I'm 4. I'd never not do that.
And I'll turn to Alyssa and I'll be like, your brother is also a perfectly fine alternative.
She looks awkward and then nods.
I understand that you're probably a very independent kid, Felix. But please say something, tell someone. These are college students, so they might get in situations that they don't know how to get themselves out of, but there's no reason you guys should be stuck in those situations as well. And I have no doubt that you can handle yourself. You just shouldn't have to.
He frown and look away, but he'll nod.
Thank you. So we'll meet up with them tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And when you put the children to bed, Alec will walk over you and sit down, plopping the paperwork down with him. Okay. Question.
Answer?
So, that's wants my advice on how to deal with Catalina.
And you're putting this on me?
I mean, you're a sounding board, okay? I'm gonna bounce off some ideas. I don't like the idea of binding her again, so I'm gonna take that off the table because I think that would be far too cruel. Even for a situation like this, I just can't even think about it. But because there are only really 2 options in the protocol in dealing with Faye, the second one is straight up killing her. Which, I mean, she killed 50 people, so that's like a reasonable execution. The sour taste in my mouth. I don't like being directly responsible for the murder of my kin.
I'm going to say something really horrible.
Okay. I'm here for it.
Pose the question to Adalaie.
Man, you are, like, on fire, aren't you? You have a lot of rage in your heart.
52 people.
It's a lot of people. And he will make a note. And... See, I don't know if Yvette would approve of that. She's pretty bog standard with her interrogation techniques. She doesn't generally like breaking people. It's not her thing. I guess I could send it to
One
someone
of the other.
better very mean interrogator. Though at this line, Yvette might be past her usual morals, so I'll pose it. There's no way is anyone going in or out of that jail without her direct permission at this point. Especially considering, I didn't talk about this with the kids around, but did you see the newspaper today?
No, I did not.
It's not good. And he'll walk over it from the pile of work. It is a breaking news article about the Kingmakers' involvement in the murder. It's not great.
They've lost all credibility.
Oh, not only that, but they've lost... Do you get why that's a really big deal that they've lost all credibility?
Yes, no one's going to be trying to protect them.
Not only that, but no one's going to trust their decisions. Which is kind of a big deal considering we have a world-ending prophecy riding on their decisions.
But even if this wasn't publicized, would you have trusted their decisions?
No, but the reason it's bad that it's publicized is, and he flips to the next page, riots break out.
Okay, that's really not
Yeah,
good.
it's not great. Not a great situation, and we don't know how it leaked.
So there's a mole?
Oh, definitely. Unsurprising. Blade Masters Guild is one of the biggest in the city.
Do you think it was one of the people involved in the arrest?
We can't know for sure. Word gets around. Might not have even been exactly purposeful. This is a pretty big deal. Most guards are gonna drunkenly talk about this.
Yes.
But the sort of the details are very specific, and the way that the article's written to be inflammatory.
Well, obviously.
It's meant to incite panic. Not to deliver truth.
Do the rioters have any demands?
It's sort of just like general panic. Like, if the people who are going to make or break the world can't not be expected to kill 52 innocent people,
Yes.
then how are they expected to pick the right leader? It's sort of just general panic over, like, we're all gonna die if we let these people go as unchecked as they've been.
And I agree we should not be operating unchecked. But
Yeah,
I
but you know the
really
authority
believe that
definition
these-
of management.
I know. I don't think that it's a good idea to be micromanaged.
Yeah, and there's also some troubling bits of news in here that are probably just as scary to some people, and he'll point to one line where it talks about how the Kingmakers get their magic from ancient Fae.
Oh shit! How did that one get leaked?
I don't know! I don't know how that got leaked. So, I'm a little concerned because I don't think this is repairable.
We're gonna have to get them out of the city. They're like in legitimate danger right now.
More than legitimate danger. And Drathian news spreads fast. Hell, Belle and Aron will probably know about it by next week.
So we should leave tonight. No, because there's a trial.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be called witnesses.
They're going to be called to witnesses. And we're gonna be called to make statements too. Yay.
Should we ask to have them put in like protective
Children's
custody? Is that a thing you do
protective-
here?
I mean, I can ask Yvette to assign a guard to them. But at this point, I don't know if I'd trust any of the guards.
No, the guards wouldn't do a good job.
I mean, I can ask around the network and see if there are other Fae who would be willing to step in.
I don't think that's a good idea right now.
Well, probably not. But I mean, like, one of them has a mercenary company and would very much like to get one over at Catalina. I got a letter in the mail.
Put out feelers. And if you find someone who you think is semi-credible,
I mean,
then yes.
all the Free Fae that are a part of the network are semi-credible. I vet them myself.
Ooh, that does not fill me with confidence.
Ouch! No one has tried to kill you with me around yet.
Not yet.
And the mugger in the alley doesn't count, okay? That was random. I couldn't do anything about that. Doesn't count. And we talked him down.
I
It doesn't
feel
count.
bad. I made him cry.
He felt so
His
bad.
dog was
He
dying.
apologized so much.
I also feel bad because I feel like I fueled that lifestyle by giving him my stuff even after we talked him
You
down.
definitely did. That's on you, though.
Yes. If I ever run into him again, he's not mugging me a second time.
Besides, didn't they talk about wanting to meet some Free Fae?
I don't think that's a good idea to give them an access to that. Would they,
What do you mean?
like, wouldn't they suspect you?
They definitely already know I'm a Fae. One of the Fae is an emotion sensor like us, and like how quickly you figured me out. It only took you like 24 hours. So if maybe he didn't share, but like I'm not counting on it. They probably already know.
Yeah, I doubt that.
And I mean, I'm not exactly against telling
Okay,
people.
so we meet them in the morning.
They're terrible at keeping secrets, though, so maybe I'm against having them know specifically. But, like, they don't have concrete proof. And compared to their reputation to mine right now in the city, I think my word actually carries more weight than theirs right now.
It really does.
Which is
I'm
astounding.
really glad I haven't been going around proclaiming myself Kingmaker.
No, that would
Honestly, I feel like enough people who know me here that they'll be like, oh, Alice, I've known her for years. Oh my god, she traveled here from blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Lest your strange technology give you away.
Yeah, maybe I should get another shoe. But this one has the insole that's made to make my hips comfy in my leg. So
We could
I
just
can
find
figure
a
something
way
out.
to copy it. You invent stuff.
it's okay. She'll like take off her shoe and be like, but it's a special kind of squishy.
I'm sure we could get like a mage on that.
It's fine. I'll just rip it out and make a shoe around it.
And yeah. And he will slide some of the other paperwork over to you. And it basically summarizes Yvette's like decisionary process on what's going to happen. It says the date of the trial, which trials in Andrathis for the majority are handled by the Crown Council. So it is a trial that is going to be before all the leaders of every guild. And one non-guild representative. And it is her sort of decisionary process, and this might not be information that you super knew, but you're pretty sure you knew, just kind of like faintly. Iveta does know that Alec is a Fae in disguise, and that is pretty much entirely why she hired him.
Yikes. Okay, is that concerning, or you trust her? You really,
No.
really...
No, we know each other. It's fine. I didn't
Okay.
tell you that? Okay, yeah, we know each other. And there's another person on the council who knows me too. The Sage Master, Ismail. He's all
They
right.
also fairies?
No, they're just good people.
They're just aware.
Yes, they're just generally good people who understand that I've lived in this city longer than they have. And it hasn't blown up yet.
Congratulations.
I should get a medal. Because clearly some fail
She'll like
just
fish in her
not
bag and
capable of doing good things with their abilities.
she'll fish in her bag and like pull out like an old athletics medal and hand it to him.
I feel so appreciated. Puts it on. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're not the golf type, but the metal suits you.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it. Modicum of appreciation.
I could re-etch it for you.
Nah. This is cooler. It's a thing from another world. It's much cooler.
Should we go and get them tonight? And get them somewhere else in hiding?
Yeah, we probably wouldn't be good to leave them on the streets alone. Because either they...
Do you want to find a place?
There is absolutely no
I'll
one
go
who's
get
going to want to
them.
take them in.
That's
I cannot
fine.
possibly pull in enough favors to
I
make someone
know, I'm-
stick their necks out for these people. Maybe someone in the network would, but I don't think any of them are feeling particularly charitable to them. Though, I do know one person who is saying that he wanted to meet them, so maybe I'll ask him. He does have a particularly large home that he never lives in.
So that home is vacant at the moment.
He's living there now, but he hardly stays. And it's huge, and he doesn't have any servants, so it's just him.
Lead with the fact that there are children if he has any ounce of morality.
I don't think this would be a problem. We're friends. I have other friends than you. I can have a normal conversation.
I was just
Delta,
saying.
isn't it? The
You
French
go
Delta.
get the Kingmakers, meet her, and I will check in with Mr. Pierres.
Yes, and we will have a very candid conversation about everything on the way. Don't worry, we'll do it before we get here, so none of the kids have to listen.
Look,
I'm gonna pop up and tell Felix.
yeah,
that
maybe
we're
to wake Felix
leaving.
and tell him that he's in charge. Show him where the magical fire extinguisher is that you created in case something terrible happens.
I will.
And where all the buttons
go
are, where all
wake Felix
the
up.
hidden compartments you've designed in my house that I haven't discovered all of them yet, and it terrifies me.
Yes, I got this. I'll go get him. No, so I'll run
He
upstairs.
leaves. And Felix will groggily wake up and be like, gets the gist of what you're doing, and sits up and gets a book.
You are welcome to go back to sleep. I shouldn't be gone more than half an hour. I'll be back, and I'll leave.
Back down on the bed.
And I'll go to the tavern where they probably are headed.
You could probably meet them at the jail if you wanted to.
Yeah. I doubt we
Yeah.
would go to the tavern. Have we seen the news articles or anything?
Nope. You at this point, this is the gates are opening. You are being let out.
Can I take the sword? If it will let me pick it up still?
Angel's Wing lets you take it still.
Is the crown there, or is it gone with Catalina?
None of Catalina's stuff is present.
I'll
Well-
greet the guards at the gate.
So we all take a
Oh, and you all see Alice waiting for you as the gate opens.
Follow me. We'll walk and talk.
Sounds good.
lovely.
So you guys are the most hated people in the city right now.
That's kind of the entire thing that we were trying to prevent. So
Oh, it doesn't matter. I appreciate. Okay, I have a solid dose of respect for you as individuals. I honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Don't care about your excuses or why you didn't say anything sooner or anything like that. So just save them for yourself, and we will just continue on. There are 3 children who have expressed to me that they are comfortable with you. No one is going to house you in the city. We're hoping to be able to get a spot in the house of a friend of ours. You guys need to be aware that you are not credible anymore. And you should not claim Kingmakers anymore. People are afraid of you.
Understandable.
And I'm disappointed. Which might not mean much to you guys, but I really thought that, like, one of you would have stood up and done something with all of the information you had. But I'm not willing to condemn you based on the actions of others. So we're trying to get you somewhere safe. And honestly, those 3 kids don't deserve to be condemned. I pity you guys. It's going to be very rough from here on out.
Jane just like sourly laughs.
And I will be traveling with you, mostly for the safety of the 3 actual children who have been made complacent in your actions. I really hope that some of you prove to be better people than I currently think you are.
I don't think you should.
I don't think
If
you
we weren't
really
in danger before,
You'll be in
even
danger
under our watch, Ezekiel has been
even under our
kidnapped.
watch.
Alyssa
Yes.
has been put in moral danger.
Oh, if you weren't already in danger before.
Now we are more so I don't think they are safe with us.
Alice is just gonna nod at what Jane said, and then is actually gonna turn to Kai.
Who will meet your gaze.
Your sister trusts you.
Did she say that? Or
She said she feels safe around you.
And he smiles a little to himself, because clearly that means a lot to him, and will nod. I hope I can live up to that.
And I hope that you forgive any extra danger I've put your younger sister in. But I plan on tagging along and helping keep her safe, along with the other 2 children.
Appreciate the extra set of eyes.
I'm glad. Now, let's get you guys to a safe house. And I'm assuming you're hungry. We have food at the house.
You see Alec outside the house talking to an unfamiliar man to you, Alice, but actually someone that the rest of you kind of vaguely recognize, at least the people who landed in the first village you went to, Ferris Point.
Wait.
Oh gosh, wait.
This gentleman wears bright red clothing. He has darker skin and slicked back, a little on the greasier side, darker hair, and eyes that kind of glitter as he laughs.
Is it Mouse?
Sharing a joke. No.
No.
This is one of the 3 people you met when you were in Ferris Point at first. Bryn, Levithia, and this is
And
Miguel Pierres.
yeah, the 3 you let us pick from of who was going to travel with us.
And he, Kingmakers, you came to the city and you didn't even bother seeking me out? That was like the first thing I told you.
Oh, that was...
We have not
Months
seen you in a
ago.
very long time.
No, it's been a while. You have certainly gotten up to a lot of trouble. He looks at Alec
That's
as he
the
says
understatement of the century.
that. Who shakes his head as that, clearly thinking the same thing that you just said, Jane. Anyway, I'm going to be your safe house, I guess, for the foreseeable future, apparently.
We appreciate it.
Lovely. Ground rules I should set. Don't break anything, don't steal anything, don't touch anything unless I give you permission to.
Are we allowed to touch the ground?
I believe you are allowed to do common sense things.
Okay.
Just sighs and shakes my head.
Mainly pointed
That was
towards
a joke.
valuables that I would not want you to collect or touch. Because valuables tend to get less valuable when people put fingerprints on them.
Are we allowed to ask about the valuables?
You are certainly allowed to ask about the valuables. I will never shut up about them if you give me the chance.
Awesome.
Have you?
Alice will like introduce herself, shake his hand, and then go to start getting the kids gathered up.
Have you heard from Aron lately? We've been attempting to.
Lycan's the soldier?
Yes.
I mean, we stayed at that church once, but we don't know each other that well. He was in the same caravan as me for a while, but that was before I met you. Oh, even if it was briefly. So, considering he's a shelter hunter on night, I imagine he is near the water at the moment.
What's going on over there?
They spotted an orca near the border wall, so they have sent some platoons there to help fortify.
Question. Was it a normal orca or a fallen orca?
I don't know what that means.
They don't know that, Emma. We're like the only
Right.
people who know about that.
Right. I forgot about that. If it's a normal orca, then it's likely not a... we're not credible anymore.
Anyway,
Well, that's
Alec?
not even it.
you owe me a good drink eventually. The rest of you, I would implore to be on your best behavior while you're on my house, because there are probably a lot of people who pay a lot of money just to throw a spear at you.
Yeah.
I am nothing if not a merchant.
Oh. Oh boy.
So, how you say, make it worth my time.
Or else we'll be your Rotten Tomato gallery.
Something like that. And he will look at Alec, who will exchange some quiet words with him until the children are bleary-eyed, brought down. Alyssa will run up and hug Kai, who will look kind of taken aback first, but hug her back, actually.
I'll just keep Ezekiel on my hip so he can pass out again.
Oh.
Yeah, Ezekiel doesn't have anyone he like explicitly trusts in this group, does he?
Nope.
Ryan?
I don't know, because his dad did not like Ryan. Like, kind of.
But in the end,
kind of
he
like,
sort of led Ezekiel to Ryan.
yeah, but that doesn't really matter.
It would have been Adalaie, but Adalaie kind of like helped murder.
Adalaie lost her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In any case, you guys are led to a very grand-looking mansion. Behind very tall iron gates.
What a wonderful place you have.
Please do not burn it down.
I don't think we can.
We don't have a fire person with us
No,
anymore.
you do seem to be missing the one that did that.
Sadness.
Well, Alice is gonna go and tuck in, like, be like, oh, which bedrooms are for the kids? Tuck in the kids, and then be like, I'm going out. And we'll just leave.
Ak will stay to talk to Mikael a little while, who does, like, he gives you each specific rooms and it tells you which rooms you can and can't go into. And he says, I will know if you break the rules, I'll know if you go into a room if you don't, and if you go into a room I told you not to go into, you get kicked out, all of you. Except maybe the small children. I have a little bit of a heart buried deep beneath the greed. But if you need anything, the kitchen is open. I don't think I have anything worth saving in there. There might not be food in the kitchen right now. I should go check. Yeah. Unless there's anything you wish to ask of your host or do.
Can I go on a walk around the mansion just to see what it's like? Get a clear path of all exits and entrances.
Yeah. It's a very big place with a surprisingly little amount of windows for the type of manor it is. A lot of the doors that are not your particular rooms are locked.
Well, I'm not going to try the doors that he said not to go into.
Yeah, but even the ones he didn't specifically say don't go in there are locked.
Okay.
It looks like just most of this house has like a thin layer of dust on it. Like, people don't go into a lot of the areas of the house that aren't like main rooms.
Just marking the exit.
But it's pretty easily navigable. It's pretty open concept.
Good to know.
Adalaie, you find yourself back in an interrogation room with the red-haired woman from before, who holds a letter in her hand. She looks at it. I want to ask you a question, Adalaie. If you were in my shoes, how would you punish your friend, Catalina, for her crimes?
I would punish her.
How?
Yes. Banish her.
Banish her?
Well, banish her to the lands of the dragons. Go there and it's basically a death sentence.
And what would you have yourself punished with?
The sun once said something. That he hoped that I would experience all the pain that they felt.
And you wish to experience such?
Seeing that he is the only voice that I've heard in giving some form of punishment for it, I say it's only just or fair.
You have quite the view on justice, Adalaie. Perhaps I should explain this to you
Good course.
in a more blatant way. You would give yourself a mile of torture for your crimes, and you would give the actual murderer an uncertain fate, banishment at worst, with no way to enforce, no way to withhold. It seems to me that you don't seek justice so much as pity, self-aggrandizement.
It's hard to put myself in your own shoes when I have a relationship with Catalina.
Really? You should not claim authority
hard.
on justice when you cannot give it to even someone other than yourself. All I see right now
Dragons hate face.
is a broken old woman who is
Yes.
self-pitying and sad.
Accurate description.
You won't get what you want, I'm sad to say. Oh,
Let me guess, there's only 2 options for Catalina.
Katerina,
Death or
there's
bound.
procedural options that we could go with. I'm not known for following procedure very often. The rules and I don't often get along, which is sort of funny considering my position on the throne. But considering her disposition, well, death seems to be the only option befitting. And unfortunately for you, based on your own expressions and your friends' tales, you will not get nearly as harsh as a punishment. You may have come up with a plan. You didn't execute it. Try to stop it. You'll live. Considering your position,
I wish
you might only get a slap on the wrist. But trust me,
Give me a
the
slap on the
throne,
wrist.
the throne is known to be very creative with their punishments. And I know more than one member who has plans for you. You best get your sleep now. You need it. You won't get much more in the future. And she'll wave her hand and you'll get taken back to your cell. And we will pull away. We will pull away to 2 figures standing on the edge of a clearing, watching a monochrome army run through drills. One has long, curled, dark green hair that swirls in the wind. She narrows orange eyes, taking in each maneuver, each weak point. Beside her is a much taller, more muscular man, his hair dark red like freshly spilled blood. His eyes shine yellow and flick quickly between things that catch his interest. One looks at the other and hisses something too quiet for any human ear to hear. The other grins wide, sharp bangs showing as they laugh silently. There was a crash of lightning. A storm is approaching. The 2 figures had vanished, off to free one more companion, and then off to hunt. After all, the greatest crime to a dragon was thievery. And with that, episode 55 of Kingmakers, Siren, comes to a close. I've been your MC. We will see you all next time.